Whoa! Welcome back. Another episode of No Windy Sleeves podcast. Tonight, your host, Coach Tuttle, co-host, Petey Bills. We have two very, very special guests today, longtime friends of Pete, Brent and Derick Nadjadi, both United States Army. Derick was an infantryman, and Brent was a combat engineer. They spend years in there protecting us. So thank you guys for your service, and thank you guys for coming on, hanging out with us tonight. Should be a pretty good one. You guys have awesome story, awesome background. It really got, of what got you to where you are. And obviously anybody that grows up with Pete has been through some maybe more crazy shit than you ever did in the military. I mean, that's a fact.
A lot of late nights, that's for sure.
Yeah. I know in my few years that I had with him, it always led to some crazy shit. So hopefully we dive into a little bit of that. But you guys want to dive in real quick? Each of you guys can go. Derick, we'll start with you. Just give us a little background about, yourself. We'll just take it from there.
Yeah, I'm Derick. I'm 30, almost 32. I'll be 32 in a couple of weeks. Spent 6.5 years in the Army as an infantryman, a squad leader. I served a year in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. I currently work at the Bath VA as a housekeeping supervisor. I have two beautiful kids, an amazing wife that I don't know why she supports me, but she still does. We are the proud owners of Project Iron, which is a gym up here in Kenona, New York. Been open about a year. We're ready to get back after it. Hopefully COVID lifts itself here pretty soon. And in a nutshell, that's I love resistance training. I've almost got my master's degree in exercise science. And I got about 6.5 years or so of personal training coaching experience.
Oh, yeah. Awesome, man. Yeah, I got to get up there and check out that gym for sure.
Bring your muscles. Everything's heavy in there.
Whenever anything opens, we'll come up there. We'll be around. Hopefully, try to keep up.
Sure. Anytime.
It's about the only shining light in Kenona anyway. So
yeah.
That and the truck stop.
That, man.
You
got a truck stop in my gym. That's about it.
Yeah. They do got a post office, but it's probably the size of your living room.
Yeah, that's the way life should be, right?
Yeah.
Center focus.
Just all the packages coming into the gym. That's the only reason they're open. So.
We're only open 4 hours every other 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, and like for me, I'm Brent Nadjadi. I'm a little bit like we're identical twins, but I'm a little bit more of the rough around the edges type. I graduated high school in 2006. Played a lot of sports growing up. Pete knows all too well. Baseball was our big passion. Derick was a wrestler, but it kind of shaped us a little bit. And then Derick went in a year after I joined. Year after then I joined in 2008, and I went in on the first thing moving. You hear a lot of stories about wanting to find a great job and stuff like that. I wasn't even concerned about that. I was just let's just send it and see where this takes us. I left 12 days after going to a recruiting station. Mm-hmm. That's how fast the turnaround was. And that was right up my alley. I didn't want time to think about it. I didn't. But, idle time is just the devil, right? Mm-hmm. So I joined as a heavy equipment operator. Had no idea what that even was. Never pushed dirt in my life. Thank goodness, right before we deployed, we got tasked to conduct route clearance operations in eastern Afghanistan, Kunar province. So, like I said, I did that for a year, came back, not the same as I left, obviously. IED blast 2010, shattered both my feet, my spine, and my jaw. And I can tell, and people tell you this too, that's when I started my fitness journey. That's when I said, you know what, you're not going to keep me down forever. I'll get back up. And I'm in better shape now than I ever have been, both physically and mentally. And I can devote a lot of that to fitness. It gives me that humble pride, the want to keep going aspect of it all. And it challenges every day. Every day is a different grind. So I got out in 2013, had no idea what I was going to do. Zero. I mean, I'm retired. I have a pension, but I'm too young to retire. So I started traveling with the USA Patriots. We're an amputee softball team nationwide. where we can still enjoy that camaraderie and give back a little bit, serve behind the uniform a little bit. And that's what I currently do. I spend a couple hours at the gym every day, and then I practice my running, my game, stuff like that to keep me occupied. But
He's still doing bro splits. It kills me.
yeah, I'm still bro splitting. I like it, you know.
Oh yeah.
I could never get you off that train, dude.
Yeah, but you know, you were all about like time under tension and, you know, count to 4. I don't have that capacity, dude.
All that fancy stuff you didn't want to do.
I'm in there to win it.
I try to help him all the time. He's just no. Just
Derek was always just like, Brent was always just like, let's throw as much weight as we can on, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, why not?
Break it, break.
Yeah.
You know,
Sets of 3 with 100-pound dumbbells for 2 sets. It's great.
yeah, hey. That gives you that.
When you guys got out, was the gym something you guys wanted to do together?
Oh, well, no, I trained at a place, the only gym that's still around in Bath at the time, for about 5 years. And I just really wanted to give back. I'm really big in the veteran community. I still work full-time for the VA, and I don't care if I make $1 at my gym. As long as the bills are paid and the doors are open. I just want a place to, you know, for veterans like us, or, you know, people going through the daily grind. It's a great place to clear the mind. I love working with kids. I'd much rather see kids, you know, in the gym than on the controllers. I'm a varsity wrestling coach, so I'm used to, you know, kids are different these days. They're challenging in their own, but no, I saw an opening and discussed it with my wife, and, you know, finally pulled the trigger on it. It was about a 9-month process, just from start to when we closed on it, on the property itself. So we put a lot of thought behind it. It's exactly what I want. It's an old school classic bodybuilding, put your headphones on and get after it kind of gym. Very, very minimal cardio equipment. If you couldn't tell, it's not my specialty. I think I've walked on a treadmill for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Like 3 times since I've owned the place. No, it was, you know, Brent's a lot of my inspiration. He's been through so much, and I just wanted to, you know, you don't take the chance, you won't ever pay off for you. You know what I mean? So I wanted to spread my wings, and like I said, he's there every day, constant thorn in my side, but won't have it any other way.
You know,
what's the dynamic like working with your brother?
He doesn't work well with others, man.
No, I don't do his workout, so I'm just like there, and, you know,
He doesn't even do legs, man.
what are you going to train legs? I had nothing to attach to. Doesn't make any sense. I run.
I tried going down that train with him. He didn't want to do it.
It's just a waste of time for me. Like,
You could have some massive quads, dude.
quads. What are you going to do with quads?
Dude.
Show them off. Get the short shorts out.
Yeah, just like my calves too, huh? They're carbon fiber, bro.
You got stronger calves than I do, and yours ain't real.
Yeah, I know. But
I think we need to get a couple no windy sleeves decals on those calves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
For
send
sure.
them. Yeah, like with Derick, you know, he likes doing his thing, and I'm like, I want to go to a gym. I want to have Metallica or Slipknot or something just pumping. I don't want to worry about being too loud. You know, if I drop a weight, you know, nobody's gonna call the police on me.
Yeah, we don't have a single bumper plate in our gym.
So all iron.
Clank.
All iron.
Yep.
Yeah, it is quite funny though. Some of the older clients, they get a little squeamish when they hear those deadlifts dropping. But
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to appeal to all. You know, we deal with that. We're like very sports specific. We're all bumpers, right? And we're all personal training, so it's hard when people like us, because I'm with you guys. That's how I like to train, but you know, we get looked at a little different. We come in. It's hard to appease everyone.
you
You
can't.
can't.
That common ground.
You just got to stay true to what you stand for and what you believe in. And that's, like I said, we're an old school classic bodybuilding gym. They didn't have bumpers when Arnold was getting after it, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's, so we do lose some, you know, customers. We do get some complaints, but typically they work in those non-power hours. You know what I mean? They'll come in the middle of the day when it's quiet, you know. But there's nothing like, you know, gripping you know, a heavy deadlift with raw iron. You know, you can't replace that feeling. You know.
Oh yeah. How was it? You know, growing up together, playing sports, and then going into the military together.
Oh, it's competitive. Every day was a struggle, man.
Each other.
Yeah, every day was a struggle. We fed off each other. Like, Baseball, he was better at baseball, but every day we tried to be better than the other, Wrestling, he couldn't hold the candle to me.
No.
That was my thing. And I think it was very competitive, but it made us who we are. You know what I mean? And I'm thankful for it because it gave me the drive. It gave him the drive to keep getting after it.
And we didn't have to go and search for neighborhood kids to play with. We always had each other, So whether it was the 4 or 5 hours at the baseball field after school, whatever, just pitching or shagging, whatever. It was just me and him. And it was kind of nice, but yeah, competitive. And my mom will tell you the same thing. I mean,
I don't know how she's still alive.
Yeah, we wanted the best out of each other, and we pushed each other a lot.
We still do.
Best of friends, best of enemies as well at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some bitter moments, but that's competitiveness.
Yeah, we're not afraid to call each other out. You know what I mean?
Sometimes I have too many beers and Derick calls me out.
I think that's a dynamic that some people just don't understand who don't have a sibling that's like around their age, and how much of advantage and disadvantage it is growing up, because it does instill that competitive spirit into you, and you never want to be looked at as the little brother or the lesser brother. So I think especially growing up in a household with 2 brothers, I know exactly how that goes. So
you love each other. Right.
And I think it's a blessing in disguise as much as you hate it and you hate each other growing up for different shit here and there. At the end of the day, you look back at it and you wouldn't trade it for anything.
Really right. Yeah.
No, not at all, man.
I couldn't say it any better. That's you hit the nail on the head there.
And that drive transfers over to what's made you guys successful. Even after you got out of the military, is that competitiveness, because you still want to be the best version of yourself. You want to win at life. You want to have the best gym in the state. And that starts in your genes, and when you're growing up, it's built into your DNA, which is fucking awesome.
Exactly, and then it goes to the people you surround yourself with, right? Mm-hmm. If you surround yourself with turds, it's gonna be hard. You go for those high character people, and you're usually pretty successful.
So I love being around people that are actually a little better than me at things, because you get super complacent, man. It's good when you got those people that are constantly challenging you. I like lifting. I want my lifting partner to be stronger than me.
Exactly.
The dudes that work for me to constantly push me to make better decisions, and that's what it is. That's what you say. It starts young. For you guys, had that advantage.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we were pretty close growing up, and then back to your question. Once the military hit, I was still in college. I played baseball. Wasn't going anywhere fast. I realized pretty early on that it was more than just a dream. It's hard to make it. And he was already in. Derick was already in the service, so it was like a natural fit. I had a feeling that even after college, I was just going to go in regardless. But when you're so close for so long, and then you spend the first 3 years of the Army life, you don't see each other. His leave never meshes up with mine. So if it wasn't for video games, we wouldn't have talked for the entire 5 years that we were in the service, or 6.5 he was in. It's just nothing ever lines up, and you miss out on a lot. There's a lot of those growing pains that is gone. So you kind of got to. So when we both got out, we came back to work. I don't know why we did, but
I love it here, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
I hate it. New York can go somewhere else, but when you come back from something like that, there's a lot of things different. Your character. I mean, we always had pretty good character, but there's certain little quirks that just are different. Especially with both of us having a tour under our belt.
Yeah, crazy story about that. I was in Iraq the same time he was in Afghanistan. I ran into him coincidentally. He was on R&R going back to Afghanistan, and I was coming home from Iraq. We ran into each other in Germany at the airport, Landstuhl. And I first lost his mind because he thought it was me. My brother got off the flight.
Yeah.
In his boots run blouse, looking like a bag of ass, and I first started lit into him thinking it was me, and it wasn't. But that was the first time I'd seen him in probably 2.5 years. And then 6 days later, that's when the accident happened.
Yep.
So I mean,
how was that moment when you guys saw each other? That shit.
It was pretty surreal. I mean, you really didn't. like you try to live in that moment, right?
Yeah.
You try to live in it, but it doesn't really hit you until weeks after, right? It's one of those things where, it's too good to be true kind of things. And shit, we only had about 15 minutes.
Yeah, I was on my way just on a connecting flight, and he was on his way back to Afghanistan. So about 15, 20 minutes, and then we were both on our way. I was heading back stateside, and he was heading back to
Afghanistan.
the fun stuff. But
Is that stuff, doing that the time apart, the tours and being in the military make you guys appreciate some of those smaller things, even spending time together?
Oh, you ain't kidding. I mean, right on. You get a totally different perspective. The things I used to take for granted, no, you don't take for granted anymore.
Yeah.
Just life in general is like that. You can go through your daily life and take for granted a lot of it, just in your daily life. But you got to cherish those moments when you get them, because you never know if you're going to get them again. So,
Do you think that's helped you guys keep a really good mindset during this coronavirus and the shutdown? And it's been hard for everything, but kind of perspective of life and everything.
Yeah, we're just focus on what you can control. You know what I mean? Just a lot of this stuff, whether you agree with or disagree with, it's out of your control. You know what I mean? You can't do anything about it. I've had so many people just messaging me, hey, open up the gym. It's not that simple, man. I wish I could. I can't afford a $10,000 fine per day. I can't afford losing my business license, But just trying to make the best of the situation. I live in the gym. I've taken this time, to focus on the gym and my college and getting my training programs up to speed and becoming more versatile as a coach. And there's so much information out there, and I mean it's overwhelming at times. So you just take this downtime to really hone in on what you excel at. Like for me, if you're looking for body composition or cardio or endurance, you got the wrong guy. Like if you want to power lift, you want to throw some weight, you want to get some hypertrophy going, that's me. And I beat my head off the wall several times trying to get into this body composition, and I want to drop 10 pounds and lose 3 inches. Yeah.
What I found is if you drink a lot of beer, it's hard to lose weight.
You don't go hand in hand for sure.
No, I mean,
he doesn't drink the
there's too many calories in it.
He doesn't drink the low carbs, man. It's like,
nah, I'm a craft guy.
Man, get the White Claws going.
That stuff, I tell you.
What do you mean? You're a PBR guy.
Oh, it's
that's
terrible,
my beer
man.
of choice. It's nice light beer.
That's terrible.
That's your craft beer, right?
Yeah.
No, you know my craft beer. But PBR is a great beer if you give it time. You gotta let it. So you gotta build into that.
I'd rather drink a 3-day protein shake.
No. But no, I think with Corona, so as for me, being kind of a head case in its own right, where my emotions go from up, down, this stagnant lifestyle of Corona is really wore on me. There's really nothing to do. I mean, there's only so many times you can do dishes and be motivated for it, So I took a little bit different look at it, and yeah, it's something you can't control, but I don't believe in the nonsense. That's one of my biggest things is I think we should all be able to live our lives how we want to live them, whether it's, as long as it stays within the law, you know what I mean? So I think if I want to go to the gym and bust my ass for a couple hours, and if you don't, then you stay home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm on the same page with that.
Absolutely.
And you definitely feel that too when you own a business too. That's very beneficial for people to get them healthy and help them combat this, and that is taken away from them. And now it's the last thing open in a lot of states where people still aren't able to go get healthy. So they're just sitting, and all of that shit is just building up in their body. And it's hard to tell people, no, don't get healthy. So, I mean, there's people all over there trying to find ways to figure it out, but they got to open.
Right. And the thing is to me, going to the gym is not just about me looking for gains. I mean, it's therapy. I mean, it really is.
Fuck yeah.
It hits a therapy note for me. And like I say, I don't feel complete without a workout. I feel like I've just been a total slack ass without getting a workout in. And it really wears on you mentally. Especially, one day or here and there, if you miss, hey, try to get better the next day. But for 3-4 months, come on now.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine not having a gym. I'd go crazy. I feel terrible because I'm able to work out every day and my people can't. And it drives me.
The same thing, man.
It's a mental game. I feel selfish and I feel guilty, but at the same time, man, I'd be in a loony bin if I couldn't throw some weight around.
I think trying to tell people to like find some sort of way to find some other mental stimulation is the big thing, but
Right.
a lot of it's unmatched, but you got to try to find something.
Yeah, and I've tried have you tried the whole home gym stuff? And
Oh man,
it's just not the same. The gym environment is what gets that testosterone going. Like you want to throw.
It's the best antidepressant out there.
You ain't kidding. And
Yeah.
like I said, I got a nice little bar set up in my garage. You know what it does? It catches dirty clothes right now. It's just not. It's not
from your house too, to like pack your bag, get in the car, take the pre-workout, listen to some music, like get away.
It's that mindset. Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say you get in that mindset where you're just ready to go to war at the gym, and there's just nothing that can trigger that stimulation for me. Like I can't get that same way about like reading a book at home or something. Going to mow the lawn. Like I'm not out there screaming my head off and the neighbors calling the cops on me because I'm about to mow the lawn. I just can't get that mindset.
Well, you ain't mowing no lawn in Texas anyway, dude.
We got a small lawn, all right?
Yeah, you got to hand water it every day too, don't you?
It's getting to that point where it's like summer down here where it's 96 every day and everything's just dying.
Yeah.
It's like that in New York. We haven't had rain up here in like 10 days. Even our grass is dying, man. It's crazy.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think a gym is something you can replace very easy.
Well, I'm just worried about a lot of the chronic conditions coming back from it, man. Like a lot of my clients and a lot of the programs I was doing, I'm like, a lot of them, I mean, 3 to 4 months off, that's going to, a lot of hypertension issues.
You're starting from zero.
I feel for them, and then they're going to come back all hot and try to get after it and hurt themselves.
There's going to be a lot of injuries when people come
back.
Oh, man, they're going to try to come in and save the world. You know what I mean?
I used to deadlift 385, and I'm going to try it again.
I ain't deadlifted in 3 months, but I'm going to put 405 on it. No.
I was gonna say that's like one of the things when the gyms first opened up down here again. That was like one of the first things I saw. It's just like people stacking like weights at a certain place they were at and just trying to do everything and anything just because they could get back in. Mm-hmm. And like summer's here, so everyone's trying to like get back to that summer shape. And you just see people having these unrealistic expectations and just trying to dive off right back in.
So unrealistic. It's not healthy for you, right?
No, I mean, yeah, and like you said, they're gonna hurt themselves, and I mean, it's just you gotta slow down your mental side of things and really try to grasp realistic expectations for the time being, and I think that's gonna be hard for a lot of people to do, especially when the gyms open back up there.
I preach to even the ones when we were open and active. It's not a sprint, man. It's a marathon. There's nothing in terms of resistance training or physical fitness that's overnight, man. Like. You can't have that mentality. All you're going to do is going to get hurt. Your gains are going to suck, and you're going to pay for it in the end.
Yeah.
I've been through it all. I just had shoulder surgery. I mean, I've made my fair share of mistakes. And I'm just worried that people coming back are not going to have that mindset, and it's pretty nervy.
Brent was there when I tore my bicep, so he knows I'm an idiot sometimes too.
Well, that's just because you don't take care of yourself, dude.
That's not true.
You can't do 30 Bud Lights on Sunday and go in and try to max effort.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
I've never done that.
You have too. We've done it together.
I know. Well, I mean, sometimes it's just that rage mentality. Sometimes you just want to throw that weight on there.
You come in there sweating out Bud Light, man. It's crazy.
You got the Bud Light rage going on.
That's why I moved my workouts to like 4:30, 3:30, 4:30 in the afternoon. See, that's recuperation time.
Yeah, see.
Rehydrate.
You get the water knocks out of the way.
Yeah.
I cut out alcohol from like November to probably within the last month. Not 100%, but a lot of it. It's a game changing for strength, body composition. Like it's just taking out alcohol, not changing your diet. It's like your body just goes like it's fucking unbelievable.
It's so much easier to hydrate too.
My God, you feel better. Your workouts are way better. They're longer. You're stronger because your test levels are still up. You know what I'm saying? Every time you drink a certain amount of alcohol, your test levels drop. So when people come to me, they're like, I don't know if I can change a lot. I'm like, you want to change one thing and get the biggest results, cut out alcohol as much as possible.
Or same can be said about soda. I mean, soda's another one. You get off the 3 Pepsis a day, or you want to lose 10 pounds, but you're going to have McDonald's 3 times a day. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
But there's no program out there that's going to help. It's going to do that for you.
You can't outwork a bad diet.
But there's nothing better than a post-workout PBR. I mean, there's nothing better.
Hey, right now I'm on the Corona Light thing too. I'm with you. I'll come home after a workout 3:00. Just have a nice fucking Corona Light.
Yeah, it's not like you're drinking to get smashed. It's just a nice little flavor thing, and then you go on with your day.
Hell yeah.
But
That's definitely a summer beer though, man. Like I couldn't imagine having a Corona at like -10 degrees up here after a
It's
workout.
like a blue moon weather, you know.
It's always blue moon weather in New York. It's always
I
fucking cold
don't
as
know,
shit.
man. It's supposed to be 90 here on Friday.
yeah, it's gonna
You
get.
guys, y'all got that nice little 3-month window, and then winter will come back.
I'll talk about it. I get so depressed in the wintertime, man.
Yeah. I wouldn't trade it, man. I don't got no hurricane. I don't have hurricanes. I don't have any of that nonsense. So you got a blizzard once in a while. I can deal with that.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Tornadoes and nonsense that you can't fight those.
I'm going down to see. Well, Pete won't be there. He's going to Bathurst. I'm going to Austin in a couple weeks, so kind of mix that up a little bit. But
I was gonna say I'll be up in New York July 1st through the 19th. So hopefully the gym's open then, because I want to catch a lift there.
No, you just let me know when you're in, bro. We'll make
Yeah.
sure you get a workout in.
All right, good
But
deal.
July 1st. I mean, that's like
don't be coming in there
2.5 weeks, dude.
I know.
Don't be trying to come in there all skinny and shit though.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna work.
go
Gotta
find
put some meat
some
back on those bones, man.
We're not over
I'm down to like 8% body fat. You two are gonna rip me apart.
No, well, one of the things is I've been fortunate to go to the gym still every day, right? Where most people can't. I tell you, just think about how much you lose, all that hard work you put in, then just to go straight reset. I mean, that's just a kick right in the
I mean, you're not
groin,
gonna
man.
lose everything as long as you do some kind of something to maintain during this. But I mean, if you go straight to sitting on the couch, you're gonna lose it quick, and you're gonna lose strength, but add some pounds. But
Yeah, that's just like the classic. You can work at home. Who's going to work at home? I couldn't work at home. I'd be miserable at working at home. Just same thing with the home gym.
That's what I have to do right now, man. I'm sitting on my work computer right now.
It's just it's a totally different mentality you have to have.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I think it drains a lot of people too, because like your office is now constantly at home, so like you're never separated from work like you do at the end of the day. You go home, you're away from work. You can kind of decompartmentalize and
that
get
couch
away
in the middle of the day for that afternoon nap. It's just staring.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Those are dangerous.
Yeah.
Bernie's mastered that.
Wake up 4 hours later, you're like, holy shit.
19 voicemails.
Brent used to rip into my house every day because I'd come home from work, like throw on the Yankees or something, want to take a little snooze. And we'd be lifting at like 6:37. He'd rip in the house, rip me off the couch. He's like, let's fucking go. Get up.
Somebody's got to keep you motivated.
This guy, don't let him fool you. He takes 3-hour naps every day.
Not every day.
Every day.
But since Corona happened, I can tell you I've been slowing down a little bit.
He's got to carry around that tank head. That's a lot of energy expenditure right there.
You ain't kidding, and since becoming a bilateral amputee, just the amount of energy it takes to do common task, you know what I mean? I
was going to say, how much does that – I know that after the first surgery, like that was a big adjustment. What was the second surgery like?
I tell you, the second amputation was so much easier.
Really?
I knew what to expect, right?
Yeah.
Mentally, it was just – this is one of those things where, these are the cards you're dealt. You're going to grind and, you're going to live it. So I can tell you I live pain-free now. There's no more pulling around a dead tire. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But at the end of the day, for me, it just takes a lot of energy for me to do 8-10 hours worth of work. You know what I mean?
Especially if you're recovering from 22 PBRs a day before.
Not 22. That's a little excessive, but
if you kept it in single digits, you'd have a lot more energy.
Sometimes I get wild,
I mean,
When it gets hot, they start flowing, those nice cold ones.
And it's
you're at home with Corona, nothing to do.
And that's just the thing, like when I was working 40 to 50 hours a week, I wouldn't drink hardly at all. But now that I have, it's like that sense of purpose, right? Mm-hmm. Now that I'm retired, and I have literally nothing going on in the morning. It's so much. I mean, maybe it's just me being weak, my mindset, but it's just a lot easier to throw back 3 or 4 PBRs.
I don't think you're alone in that. I think it's pretty common, especially amongst people that are going through the same stuff you're going through. If you were to take a poll of all the people that are in similar situations. I'm sure that there's a lot of them that are.
Yeah, I talked to a guy on my softball team. He's like, I don't remember the last day I didn't have a drink. You know, it's just one of those things where, you know, if I had to get up to an alarm clock or I had to do something real early, yeah, it's a lot easier to catch a flight. Yeah, it's easy not to have a beer or two, you know.
I've been telling them there's plenty of stuff to do at the gym, man. Like, plenty.
I don't do well working by myself. I need to talk. I'm a chatterbox, you know. Like you said, it's like solitary confinement, dude.
Well, I was going to say it goes back to the mindset that you were talking about. Is you can either sit there and sulk about it and say, "Oh, look at this, woe is me," or you could go out there, battle, defy the odds, and get through shit and make progress and be in the shape that you're in. And
so, like for right now, I'm getting a new hand cycle. Comes in on Friday. I have big goals. I want to do the Paralympic cycling kind of thing. You know, and I'm still goal oriented. This whole COVID thing just really kind of like put a damper on it, you know. So I think I'm still there. I think I have a lot of work to do ahead of me, but you can bet your bottom dollar that you're not going to outwork me. So that's the mindset I have to have.
I think a really good thing for that is for you to even say that it bothers you, that you're struggling with the COVID thing, because you can identify it and then fix it and grow from it. Whereas a lot of people sit back and be like, I'm fine. This is who I am.
Oh, yeah. I don't believe in denial. I mean.
Yeah. Like that's a huge thing. You can't fix something that you don't know is wrong or an issue. I would say it's like a baseball swing. If you can't feel the problem that I'm telling you is causing you to pull the ball or not stay inside it, you can't fix it. So if you can't identify the issue, then there's a problem. You know, so
and that's dangerous. If you live your life in denial, I mean, you're only setting yourself up for failure. I mean, that's all there is to it. But I think if you can call a spade and just call it what it is, you're gonna get a lot of growth out of that.
Hell yeah! I say the number one tool for any growth is self-reflection.
Yes.
I'm a big self-reflection guy. Being able to look in the mirror and be like, you know, anytime I'm fucking arguing with my wife, I'm like, what am I doing to make her fucking hate me right now?
Right.
Sometimes you just gotta own it, man.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not easy. Nobody wants to have that mirror conversation. Nobody wants to do that deep self-reflection. I mean, it's painful. But if you take ownership, you're going to see a lot of good things come out of it.
I like to look at it as your mindset is always built to win at the lifestyle that you're giving yourself. So if you're not addressing the fact that there's a problem, you're going to maintain that lifestyle that you currently have.
Yeah, and unfortunately, alcohol and drug use is one of the big things in the military lifestyle. It's huge, especially our generation where, you know, you're coming off deployments, this and that, you get pretty banged up. You know, it seemed like for a long time there that the VA and the DOD was just kind of giving out painkillers like it was just candy. You know what I mean? And it enabled this kind of a society to go be okay with it. And now it's just.
Well, it's similar to what happened after Vietnam, too. It's the same principle. I mean, 90% of the troops that were serving in Vietnam were hooked on something overseas, you know, whatever the drug of choice was over there. A lot of them struggled when they came back. So I mean, it's similar to what we're seeing now. A lot of it's more of the prescriptions, Oxycontin, all the painkillers, man. That's where we're seeing a lot of that. I mean, I work at the VA, and we see a lot of it. And it's unfortunate, you know what I mean? It's just like I said, that's one of the biggest motivators of my gym is just trying to get those guys, you know,
get them right.
Yeah, I mean I haven't needed an antidepressant since I started getting after it. It's worked for me, so I'm sure that'll work for other people too. Not everybody, but some. That's all I can hope for.
I was gonna say, I feel like a lot of those guys when they come back, I feel like they feel lost because they don't have that kind of structured day anymore after they get out of the military.
That's terrible. Getting out of the military is the hardest transition I've ever done in my entire life.
I tell you, I've never felt so alone than the day I transitioned back into civilian life.
You're so excited to get out. You're like, the grass is going to be greener. It's going to be amazing. I'm not going to have to do this anymore. I'm not going to have to run 30 miles a week. I'm not going to deal with the nonsense of the military. Then you get out and you're like, what did I just do?
Right.
I went to college at a community college up Corning when I first got out, and I was 26, and I'm like, what is going on? You know, like listening to some of the complaints from the kids, and, you know, it was a very, you find out a lot about yourself real quick, you know. And
what would you say to the people that need that outlet like training, or need something like training that maybe are too, they haven't taken the first step, or they can't get themselves to take that first step. What advice would you give them to make that leap and find something?
Well, a lot of it's just analyzing and diagnosing the current situation that they're in. You know what I mean? And sometimes you got to tell them exactly how it is. You know, because obviously the situation they're in, they're not addressing that for some reason. You know, so if you approach that conversation in a supporting way and you really make them look at where they're at and where they want to be and what they could be, usually it'll play out for itself. You know what I mean? Because they'll see the issues, you know, and if they can see it and they can address it, that gives them the, you know, that will and that self-motivation that, hey, you know, what I'm doing right now isn't working. So maybe I'll try this. And it's usually if you get them into the gym, you get them into, you know, doing some kind of fitness, you know, it's the stimulation they can't reproduce. And a lot of them get hooked to it. You know what I mean? Almost to a fault sometimes. You know, sometimes you got to dial them back. Like, look, you know. But I mean, a lot of, like I said, a lot of the ones that I've had conversations with, it's having that mind, you know, that open conversation. You know, no judgment, exactly how you feel. You know, and let them, you know, I mean, let them see it for themselves and address it. And then if you can get their buy-in, you're usually all right. You can't force anybody to do what they're not willing to do. But if they can see it and, you know, you give them that platform and they can jump in, you know, and run. And I'm super supportive in the beginning too for, you know, for a lot of even my non-clients, but just people that are in the gym that aren't paying for programming or anything like that. You know, I go above and beyond to, you know, try to help them any way I can. And it's not about the dollar, but, you know, the dollars to me, it's about, you know, longevity and, you know, keeping people in a good frame of mind. That's what I'm about. If I can, like I said, if I can keep the doors open, I'm on. I'm winning.
Say that says a lot about you, your character, your goals, your self-purpose, that you, I mean, you opened it. Obviously, whenever you open a business, you want to have some sort of financial gain, but you don't care. You'd rather give a place for people to come together and an outlet for them.
A lot of that, like I said, a lot of that stemmed from my brother. Like I said, a lot of it was driven by, you know, just wanting to help people, dude. Like, that's all I care about. I wanted to open a non-for-profit right off the rip. I never wanted to be for-profit, but I couldn't get the business loan if I didn't have a year's worth of profit. And they wouldn't let me do the 503c or 501c or whatever it is until I had a year's worth.
What I can tell you from personal experience, there's 3 things you need, right, to go through a difficult situation. You need a support network, which I've been very grateful to have one. My wife is not human, it seems like sometimes.
I don't know how she does it, really.
Well, exactly. So support network, goals, and involvement.
Mm-hmm.
These goals could be physical, mental, but you need to do them every day. And then involvement. Get involved with the community. Get that sense of appreciation. Get that sense of, like for me, serving was always paramount to me, and giving back was always paramount to me. And the easiest way to get back to a healthy frame of mind outside of fitness is getting involved. So what I joined the USA Patriots. We play softball, travel the country, try to inspire people. But we also give back to a lot of kids that are going through amputations. So, like, it was just finding that right balance to make it all work. And you can't be afraid. If something's wrong, you can't be afraid to speak up. I mean, that just comes down. I mean, it's good to have pride, but too much pride can also be a bad thing, right? Mm-hmm. And one of the things is if you're just honest and upfront with yourself, and you can keep yourself goal oriented, it'll go a long way.
Once a goal, to realistic goals. Man. Some of these goals that I see, especially in the fitness world, it's like, dude, you watch way too much YouTube. Like, you need to chill. Like, do some actual literature review.
Right.
I mean, some of these guys on YouTube, it's exhausting.
I always tell people, pick goals that obviously are attainable but a far reach, but find a process that gets you there that you love and enjoy each step.
Right.
You're going to allow yourself to be happy during the whole process rather than just when you get there. And then you're always searching to get to the goal and not enjoying the 8 months it takes you to add 20 pounds onto your freaking squat. You know what I'm saying? You're enjoying going in. So find a process that you love to get you to your goals. That's what's going to make them sustainable and allow you to reset and get you to your next one. But that's what's going to last 60 years.
Yeah, if you live your life like that, just going to goal, your morale is going to be terrible. I mean,
you're missing life.
Yeah, you're just wearing yourself down into a dark hole. I mean,
especially in the fitness world, because like I said, you get to the point where a 5 pound increase in your deadlift is like
monumental
the world. Like you don't think you're ever going to get there.
Yeah.
You know? It's taken me to some pretty dark places, you know, but you're just reestablishing where you're at and where you came from, and you're reminding yourself that it's just a number. You know what I mean? It's all mental at that point, but
that number means so much more to you than what you look like in the mirror. It means that
Exactly.
you did for the last 6 months to a year and a half to get that 5-pound increase.
That's the grind, though. That's the grind. That's what makes it all exciting.
yeah, you got to embrace that process. You know what I mean? Every day I go into the gym, I know that it's going to suck. I know it's going to be painful. I know I'm going to be exhausted, but at the same time, the end goal is to get where I want to be. And there's only one way to it, you know?
And that's what I tell people. I'm like, look, my whole life goal was a 600-pound deadlift, right? I know in the grand scheme of shit, that's, what is that, half of the world's strongest man? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I don't think
That's
I'm
if you
breaking
count
any
half
records.
of it.
I don't think I'm very strong. But for me, that was 18 years of work that I finally got. So
Right.
that's why I'm pumped up and posting it. Not because I think
Deadlift anymore?
600 pounds is a lot.
And you should be, because that's what that everyday process, that's what everything you've worked for gets you. I mean,
If I deadlifted 600, bro, I won't deadlift ever again.
no.
I'd be done.
I'm about to throw the towel in.
My nose would be through the floor, dude. It
Dude,
just,
I,
nope.
oh, the military took a lot. Like my joints are shot, and if I could hit 500, I'd do
Running it like that, like I'm telling
Oh,
you,
yeah.
I can't run a half a
You
mile.
do a lot of-
Shot my ankles, like doing that shit. It's just pounding your fucking joints.
You do a lot of rucking, right? I mean, the military's built on rucking and just not really taking care of yourself, really. I mean, we're just, 18, 19, 20 years old, just getting it.
And a lot of the military really turned me off to a lot of like CrossFit type stuff, functional performance nonsense, like waking up every day and doing calisthenics and plyometrics. It's for the birds, man. Like,
Yeah.
I'm off. I mean, if that's your goal, I'm happy for you, but that does not do anything for me. Like, let's go do some burpees. No, I'm good. Thanks.
Your warm up goes in, you do some back extensions, body weight squats, and some core, then you go get under the bar and squat.
Yeah. I mean,
I've seen way too many.
He's a kipper, dude. He likes those kipping things.
yeah.
I've seen him do yeah.
I was just gonna say I've seen way too many people who have come back to like actual bodybuilding, lifting, or powerlifting from CrossFit just because they've gotten hurt.
Well, CrossFit's dying, man. It's
60% of my clients in my gym, we're a one-on-one training gym, are post CrossFit injury people.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, because we don't do that. We also have a physical therapy there. They got hurt at CrossFit, discs, joints, whatever. And listen, CrossFit, they're the most freak athletes in the world.
Oh, yeah, I get it too.
You can't coach 26 people in a WOD doing AMRAP cleans for 8 minutes at one time.
Right.
No.
So then they get hurt and they come to us. So
It just, all their movements look so unnatural to me. You know what I mean? I watch
Well,
the CrossFit games.
It's that cult mindset that you don't want to fall behind the pack, so you got to keep doing what this other person's doing, and that's literally how you
the
get
right coaches at the right places can run a really good, and I do think it has a lot of benefit. But when you're just opening and you're running people in, and these people aren't certified or good coaches, you're not going to get the benefits. There's going to be more negatives. So you got to have a high level coach in there.
They're trying to pump numbers in. They're trying to raise the revenue. They're trying to pump numbers in. You're just another. You're literally a dollar sign to them.
Yeah, I mean, for me, honestly, you need a lot of agility to do CrossFit anyway. I mean, those movements are just weird to me.
My joints are concrete. It ain't happening. Like, if I thought about doing, burpees or snatches or any of that crazy nonsense that they do, I mean.
Well, you need to do something because you're getting a little fat too, man.
It's bulk season. I don't diet, so I live in bulk season, man. I haven't dieted in the 5 years that
Yeah,
I've
your
worked
heart's
out.
probably yelling at you, dude.
Hey, I'm cool with it. Some little protein shake and some pre-workout can't handle,
As long as it keeps ticking, right?
What do you guys got for what's your end goal vision that you guys see for yourselves, whether it's together, whether individually, professionally, life, business? I mean, I know you guys are married and you have children. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's your life goal accomplishment really that you want?
Well, for my gym, my 5-year plan is to make my gym twice the size as it is, so I can help more people. And then, I mean, honestly, like I said, I want to retire from the VA and live in the gym, man. That's my happy place. I've owned it for a year. I've never felt like a single day.
Was that your safe zone?
It's my happy place, man. It hasn't felt like work at all, and it's a great feeling. I go from work at 3:30, and I'm like a kid in a candy store. I can't get out of work fast enough, But within 5 years, I hope to have the Project Iron Foundation up and running, and I got a lot of really cool ideas to how I can help people. Hopefully Bernie can help me with this. I really just want to provide, one-on-one service to veterans, of all walks of life. They're struggling with PTSD and other stuff. And, I just want to be able to crank out free programs for all the veterans that I possibly can. That's my goal. That's all I want to do.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, if I could do that, I'd be pretty well set. And I just want to then keep coaching wrestling because I love working with kids too, especially in such a physical sport, a tough sport.
Yeah.
That'd be my dream, my foundation, and being able to coach wrestlers till I'm 60. That's my dream.
That's awesome.
I mean, for me, I'm just going to keep pressing the envelope. I mean, I'm going to challenge the disability card until I die. I mean, nobody's going to tell me how disabled I am. I'm just going to keep out there and grind, try to inspire others. I'd like to see myself in the Paralympics. I'm getting up there in age, 32, so it's kind of one of those now or never kind of things. I feel like I'm the healthiest I've ever been. I recover a lot faster, but I know for me, physically I need to move south. The winters alone are very tough on the joints, on the prosthetics, on the mental state. I need sunshine, if that makes sense. But 5 years, I want to, I want to be the best father I can be, try to give him a lot better childhood than I had, and, lead by example. But like I said, I'm just going to keep grinding. That's all I'm going to do. And until the hips say no more, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah. I'll tell you guys this much. Both of what you guys are doing and your mindsets and just sitting down here with me, I mean, you guys have a place in motivating people. What you guys are building is amazing. This 45-minute to an hour Zoom call has me deep in thought and emotion, like in my chest. I feel it. I'm extremely motivated because of what you guys have done and the mindset that you guys have been able to keep through everything, and the willing and wantingness to help people and serve a purpose. To me, that is one of the best traits, the most important things that you can do is share your experiences and be able to provide for other people that need. And you guys, just the 45 minutes I've spent with you, I'm extremely motivated, and I can't thank you guys enough for it. And I can't underestimate how important it is for you guys to continue to do what you're doing. And you guys have the full 100% support of No Windy Sleeps family. We would love to do and help out anything you guys are doing. Fast family.
Yeah.
I want to help you guys out.
Once you put it in life where it's not what I had, but what's what I can offer.
Yeah.
I can tell you once I realized that and how strong that message is, I mean, life is so much more fulfilling.
Yeah.
It really is. It's
being selfish is it's not a very fulfilling way of life. It may seem like it is in the beginning, but that feeling of seeing one of your clients or somebody overcoming an obstacle or some adversity that they're facing, and knowing that you had a small role in that, it's worth its weight in gold.
Every minute of it. Yep.
Well, that's what No Windy Sleeves is, and that's what it was actually founded on. Was the same thing. We started this. If we don't make $1 from here to the next 10 years, we will not stop doing what we're doing because we know we're impacting people, and we just wanted to create and provide a platform for people to escape, to get 1% better every day, and just help people. Like that's exactly what we want to do. And we're not doing it from a mountaintop saying we have life figured out. We're using them and we're trying to grow with them, but we want to provide that platform. And I think guys like you who are on that same page is so motivational to see, because look, we're in Jersey, you guys are in upstate New York. Without this stuff, without putting yourself out there, we would never know. No one would know your story. That's for me, it's so important, because this right here, hearing what you guys said when this gets blasted out, you're going to affect so many people.
That's all we can hope for, man. Like I said, I just want, if I can help one person, I've won.
You already won because you just helped me.
Just leading by example. You want a lot of great things for others, and you put yourself out there and make yourself vulnerable, and just keep crushing it. Embrace that grind. You know what I mean? Embrace it.
I just know that he's never gonna deadlift more than me, so I'm winning. So it's cool.
Yeah, he's a lot of talk too. So
I think that we definitely, I want to get you guys back on.
Whenever you're ready, just let us know.
Talk about, we can do some, maybe do some stuff, for your foundation, different stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys' time. We're going to wrap up, but you guys are amazing. Pete, thank you for setting this up. You're the GOAT.
Pete, let me know when you're back in town.
Yeah. Yo, thanks for coming on, guys. This was awesome. Loved every second of it.
Make sure you get that bulk season going.
Yeah,
there.
real talk. Though, you're not allowed in the gym unless you're over 200, bro.
Yo, so my cut ends June 30th. So once I'm home, it's all
You're gonna have to
bulk,
gain
baby.
5 pounds in a couple days,
You
then,
better
man.
chug
Find
some
that
milkshakes
guy
on
that's
the way
small
back.
shoulders, and we'll get you back.
We're gonna smash some weights and go get some burgers, baby.
There you
There
go.
you go. Some
Oh, yeah.
PBRs.
Yeah, and some PBRs.
All right, I'm with it. Let's
Fill
do
'em
it.
up, baby.
I appreciate,
Appreciate
you guys.
you
See you
guys.
later. Hit a little whoa. We're out.
Thanks,